Welcome back to Warrior Lion Media, where this YouTube channel is dedicated to helping you and your business make better sales funnels, better landing pages, and just be able to monetize your company. Today we are going to focus on building out a 5-page sales funnel. It's more of a lead funnel that helps you bring in leads, schedule appointments, and move forward with future potential clients. In the past, we focused a lot on landing pages, single landing pages. Again, today we are going to start a series around building a 5-page funnel. We're going to break this up into 4 or 5 parts, where each video focuses on a specific page and how you build out that page within the funnel. Our overall focus is going to be around the dental in this series, but you can adapt this funnel to look however you want it for any industry that you want it. And to make things a lot easier for you, we're going to go ahead and put the entire funnel in the link down in the description. So all you have to do is click on that link. You can grab this funnel and you can customize it any way that you want. But we also encourage that you follow along through this series so you can learn how we build it out and why we did each item that we did throughout this. So what this funnel is going to look like is this. We're in incognito mode, so we'll go ahead through the funnel. We have the first landing page where you kind of start the sell, get them interested, why dental implants, and then this quick catchy thing at the bottom here. So a visitor will go ahead and click on the quiz. Now the next page, we're actually going to do a survey where we're going to ask them a series of questions to qualify them, and then once they answer those, it's going to take us to this cool analyzing thing, and then over to the congratulations. We qualified them. We know they're a good client for us, and now this page is going to show congratulations. Let's schedule your appointment. Down at the bottom here, we have a cool addition, which is you can add some special code in here, which I'll show you how to do in a future episode, to add specifically to your location. This is an example location. This is obviously not our address. We just grabbed a dental clinic in the Houston area and we're able to do that. Now we go ahead and click on the next button where they can actually schedule their consultant. This next page, they'll be able to enter their information. They enter their name, their email address, and their phone number. Click submit, takes them to the thank you page, and then this information gets added to your email list so you can contact them to go ahead and schedule a consultant and then bring them in, and hopefully they become a long-term client for you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you that first landing page and how you can build that. In order to get started with building out this dental funnel, we're going to start with a blank template. So I'm going to actually walk you through how to build out each and every page. Once you go into ClickFunnels and you create a blank, this is what you're going to see. We're going to go ahead and start with the first opt-in. Click on Edit. And this will bring us into that blank page. I'm going to go ahead and I want to start completely blank. So we're going to delete the blank item that they have in there. Clean slate. Here we go. To get started with this, we're going to go through the process of building out our header. Go ahead and click on New Section. Full width. This time in the past ones we've actually done the small. I'm actually going to show you the full width as we go through. Now you're going to create a row, which is going to be a double column because we're going to have a logo up here. So 2 columns. And then we are going to click on the left column and create an element, which is going to be an image. And we're going to pull out our logo that we have here. This logo is a generic logo. Obviously, this is not a real company. Dental Fun, because everybody loves going to the dentist. If you could see my face, you would understand that joke. And we're going to reduce the width to 200. So it's small enough. And the other thing that we are going to do is we're going to reduce the top. We just want this to be at the top of the page. We don't want it to actually take up much room on the page. So I went to the sections and reduced the top and bottom padding, and now I'm going to the row and reducing the top and bottom padding. And what that does is that gives you this nice section up here. It just shows your logo. That's all you want to do. So now we want to go ahead and create the main section, the selling section. So we're going to go here and we're actually going to create a new section, which is the green part. And this again is going to be full width. Yeah, there we go, full width. And then we're going to create a new row. And it's going to be two sections again, because we're on the one side we're going to have the text and the button. On the other side we're going to have the image. And we want to go ahead and start out with this one and color the background. Whoops. By clicking on the settings, background color, and we'll go ahead and do this. On a separate screen I actually have it just to make it a lot quicker so I don't have to go through and type everything out. What we're going to do is just make this pretty simple and quick for you. There you go, that's the background that we're going to use. Just double checking because, yeah, that's the correct color. Looks a little dark here, but as we go through it, it'll lighten up. So on the left side of this, we are going to enter a number of text items. Starting out with the first line, as I mentioned, I have it over here on my other screen, just so I can copy and paste and save everybody a lot of time. I'm going to do a header block. I'm going to double click on that and go to settings because we want the color to be white on both the bold and the regular. We want the font, in this example, is going to be a sans, open sans, and the size is going to be 50. Alright, and the last item that we're going to do is go ahead and put it in our text, which is going to be R. Actually, we'll do all capital just to make it look nicer. R rental. And the next line is going to be implants, because we want bam, that to pop a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and line it to the left. And now we're going to go ahead and I'm actually going to copy this text so we don't have to do all that settings other than just resize it a little bit. Go ahead and clone it. And we're going to go implants and implants. Excuse my typing. Implants, we're going to make it just a little bit bigger on the size, but it's already at the correct font. So we're going to move this up to 90. Make it a lot bigger. Make it stand out a little bit more. And there we go. And then the next, I'm actually going to just double check the top here. Make sure all the settings are correct. We'll go ahead. This time we are going to use a different font. Headline again. Highlight it, going to move it over to the left. We're going to go ahead and go to the settings. Go back, change the color again to white. And this time we're actually going to change the font. Well, let's go ahead and change the size quick before we go with the font. Font, we want this kind of stick out as a separate question. So I am going to change the font to a dancing script. Oops, the pull down. Go down to the D's. And there you are, dancing script. I don't often recommend doing cursive, but it just kind of works in this build. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're actually going to remove the bold too. Makes it just a little easier to read. Alright. Now that we have that in place, we're going to go ahead and put a divider in here. This is kind of the tedious part when you're putting all the text in. There's the divider. We're going to go ahead and reduce the margin. And we're going to go ahead and keep it on left and change the color. Just again, so it stands out a little bit. We'll go ahead and adjust the spacing in between these in a little bit. I just wanted to go ahead and run through putting these in here, and then we can make it look as nice as we want down the road. Go ahead and we are going to make it white again so it stands out. I'm going to copy the text from over here on my other screen, and the size is 26. Alright, and what we'll do is, again, we'll duplicate this, or clone the element. It speeds up the process a little bit. And then we'll actually change the color of this. Because it's bold, we got to make sure we change the bold one. Alright. And then what we're going to add next is a checkbox. What this is it's a checklist. So we click on Elements, go down, find it, bullet list. Again, we want to highlight the entire thing and change the text to white so it pops out. We're going to make it just a little bit bigger, font size of 18, and then the icon leave as a checkbox. And what this does is you ask them the question, creates curiosity, so they know if they should take the time to do the quiz. And then the last item on the left here that we're going to do is we're going to add one more element. We're going to add a button. And the button, there's a series of items that we're going to do here. Is we're going to start off by going here and changing the destination. Once they click on that button, is going to be go to the next step in the funnel. Click back. The text in here is going to be click here to take the quiz. Wow. And I forgot I had cap locks on, so we're going to try that again. Click here to take the quiz. And we're going to make the button just a little bit bigger. And we are going to switch over to the advanced side. We are going to round these corners. I like to do 10%. Go back to settings, reduce the top margin, change the color on the inside to match this theme that we have going on here. And that's about it for this. So that's the left side. So again, we're walking through this. We have the question, are dental implants right for you? Raise curiosity. Let them know that they can take a quick quiz so they can find out the following items, which is going to be if it is right for them. Again, creating curiosity, letting them know what the results of the quiz is going to show, and then the call to action, click here to actually take the quiz. On the right side, we're just going to add two elements here. We're going to add an image, which is going to be, you can have it do anything, but in this example, I just have that. And then we're going to add one more, again, just trying to strike curiosity, which is going to be a paragraph. Instead of me typing everything out, grab it from my other screen. It's going to be, I'm going to have to change the font color again to white. And what I like to do is, in this situation, we are going to underline a few things, just kind of highlight it. Highlight what we're trying to do here. It just pops. It's better than just having blank text throughout. And then I am going to bump up the size just a smidge to 18. And the last thing I'm going to do in this top section here is I'm going to slide this picture down a little bit so it's a little more uniform. To do that, and just go to the top and increase the margin just a little bit so it's down here. And in the final one that we're going to have a link at the bottom, what I'll do is I'm going to clean up this format a little bit, and it'll look a lot cleaner in that final version that we send out. But this is the top section, grabs there the visitor's attention, piques their curiosity. And the next section that we're going to do is just basically why might they need implants. This is just reconfirming or reassuring why they should click on this quiz button. So we'll go ahead and click on a new section. We're going to do full width. We're going to add a new row. Again, we're sticking with the 2 columns for the most part on this. And then the background we're going to keep white. On the left element, we're going to add a picture. These are all pictures I already have in there. And I've mentioned this in past videos. When you're getting images, videos, backgrounds, anything for your landing page or your sales funnels, make sure that you're using a copyright-free image. I get most of my copyright-free images from a site called Pixabay. You're able to download it. You can use it for both personal use and commercial use. This eliminates a lot of the legal things that you could have to go against. So if you go to Google Images and you grab an image from there, most likely it's copywritten, and most likely you're going to get in trouble if you try and use that. So I use Pixabay, all copyright-free images that you can use for your websites and funnels. And for this one, I grabbed this image. It's just it's a silly one around putting implants in, try and make it lighthearted. I recommend you either, if you're doing your own dental company, take images from there, obviously with the person's consent or your client's consent, and then do that. It makes it a little more personalized if you actually use images of your office. So on the right side, we're going to go ahead and put a little why we're going to do this. So we're going to use headlines. Why dental implants? Going to make it look a little bit better with the coloring. Coloring is going to match the logo a little bit more. Also resize it a little bit. Bump it up to 46. Text color. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and do the text for this. So we're going to add another element. We're going to answer the question. Use a paragraph element. And again, to save everybody some time, I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and change the alignment to left. And then I'm also going to add some color to kind of bump this up. We're going to change this to 18, make it a little bigger. The normal text is black. We are going to have the bold jump out a little bit with an orangish. And then let's go ahead and slide through. There's a few items that we're going to make bold just to have them stand out a little bit more. It could be life-changing. Again, boosting the lifetime of satisfaction. And the are you ready? So you see how when in the settings, I changed the color of bold to orange. All you have to do is go back in here, and anything that you want to pop out to be orange, go ahead and highlight and you select bold. All right, now that we have that in there, what I want to do is add another call to action at the bottom of this. So I don't want to just put it on the left side. I actually want to put it in the middle of these 2 sections. So I'm going to add a brand new row, and this is going to be a 1-column row. And to simplify my life, what I'm going to go up here, and since I've already created the button, I've already done all the formatting for the button, I'm just going to go ahead and clone this and then drag this on down here into this new section. Oops, sometimes it'll pop up there by accident. You just slide it right down there, and there you go. You have the same button, the same settings, down a little bit lower. So every time they click on this one too, it's going to take them to the next page in the funnel. All right. Now we are going to move on to the 3rd section of this page. So go ahead and click on that again. Full width. And then I'm actually going to go ahead, just to make things a little easier to see, this is going to be my footer at the bottom here. So I have 2 more sections. And now in this section, I'm going to go ahead and create rows. I'm going to go with 2 columns again. Splits them up, and I'm also going to add a background to this section. you go ahead and click on the settings, background image, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this image here. And as I put the items in there, it'll get a lot fuller. So I'm going to go ahead and add the first bit of text here, which is going to be a headline. It's going to be in all caps, ready to smile. And then we're going to adjust the format here a little bit. I'm going to go with 75 size. And I'm going to adjust it'll all work out here in a second. The color is going to be this. I'm actually going to add bold to this. And then also what I'm going to do is put this in italics. Again, makes it look a little nicer. And the last time I'm doing, because you don't want this to be on two lines, I'm going to slide this over just a little bit. So bam, it all jumps there in one nice section. So I'm going to go ahead and add another element. And these are all basic elements, basic text elements that you can go ahead and add. You're more than welcome to skip ahead, but I am going to I'm going to type them out here so you see how it looks, you see how it feels to actually create your own. I'm going to change the text to this color. I'm going to change the size to 36. And there we go. And then I'm going to add two more elements to this section we have here. I'm going to add a paragraph element. Copy over the text. And change the size to 22. Keep the color black. And then the last element I'm going to add here is again the button. Always want to have a call to action in each of our sections. So to save time, I'm going to clone the one I have here and then drag it down. So now I have a similar button, all the same settings, saves time. And the very last thing I'm going to do for this section is background image. You see the one I put in there only goes to about here. What we want it to do is we want to go all the way across. So I'm going to go back into settings here, and I'm going to go to full center, and that stretches it across the entire page here. So you don't have to worry about any gaps. It just makes it look nicer. And always save. I probably should have saved a whole lot more as I was going through here. Once you save for the first time, it's going to ask you just to change the top here, the title, so it's original. I would put in a description here, essentially, are you looking for implants? Take our quick quiz to find out if it's best for you. Keywords, dental implants, or any other keywords that you want. Your name, and then an image, so when people share this on social media, you have an image that matches something that works best for your company. I'm going to leave those blank so you can customize that however you want. Again, save it early and often. And now the last section I'm going to do here is the footer. The footer is pretty simple, but you should have it anytime. I'm just going to go ahead and have it slightly contrast the background color. It's a little grayer. Again, if you do any websites, if you do any funnels, always have a footer. And the main things that you want to have in the footer is the copyright to show that this is copywritten for you. And then also, if you're doing any type of paid advertisement or your business in general, you always want to have your privacy policy and your terms and conditions in the bottom there. So to do that is pretty simple. Just click on new row. This time we're going to do a one column. And the elements that we're going to add is just paragraphs. We're going to add two elements here. The first one in this example is going to be a copyright. And then we are going to go ahead and duplicate that. And this is where we're going to enter. Actually, I'm sorry. Not in this example, we're going to change it up just a little bit. Instead of just doing a simple text there and putting the links in, we're going to add a different kind of element. It's called a navigation element. So we're going to click on that, add a new one, go down here and try and find where that silly navigation is. I don't use it often, but I wanted to add it into this one. Just there it is. Go ahead and click on that. It's just a different way to add links into yours. By default, it does it that way. So you click on settings. And what this allows you to do is add different links in there and different settings to those. It's just a simple way to, you can either do it at the bottom here for your terms and conditions, or you can do it at the top as a navigation throughout your landing page. Start off by going to advanced, and this is the number of links that it's actually going to show. In our case, we're going to do 2 links. You saw how it just went down to 2 there. Now go back to settings, and the first one that we are going to do is privacy, if I can spell, policy. And then the next one here is where you want to put in your URL. You want to go ahead and delete that and put a link to your privacy section that you have maybe on your website or in a separate funnel. And then what I always like to do is, if they click on that link, it opens a new window, because then that'll take them, create a new window so they can read everything they need, but they always have your landing page still there. And then the second link we're going to do is terms and conditions. Again, put in the link here, new window. The rest of this will always be here, and the way you just, again, if you want to add additional links, go ahead and change it in the advanced settings. But we're only going to have 2 in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the font a darker color, not the blue. And there you go. You have that, and this is the page. Again, save, and we have created a landing page. So what you can do is you can publish this, and then anytime they click on any of these buttons, it's going to go ahead and take us to the next page, which we will cover in part 2. Part 2 will be a survey page, which takes them through a series of 4 questions to help qualify them. And then once they click on that, it goes to the next page, which lets them know, hey, congratulations, you qualified. But we will cover the survey page in part 2 of this build out. So I'll go ahead and close this one out. If you like this type of stuff, please go ahead and click the like button below, hit the subscribe button below, and this will let me know that you want to do more funnel build outs. And also, as I mentioned before, the full 5-page funnel is down in the description below. Just click on that link. You'll be able to grab it right there, and you can customize it however you want. All right, so I want to thank you. Please take a look for part 2. We'll have that out here the next day. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.